We're talking to Marlon this morning, and Marlon, you've been teaching me all the tips. And tell us what these girls are learning right now.
So they're learning what's called a technical fall. So believe it or not, there's actually a proper way to fall if you get hit or pushed. What they're doing is they're guarding the back of their heads, they're hitting the ground, then they're rolling over to what's called a technical get up. They're getting up backwards, not going forward because they don't want to get hit again. So they're falling, getting on their hips, sliding back, and going right to combat base.
And yeah, so falling is important because you can quickly get up and then you can continue to defend yourself.
Yep. You got to fall technically, not hit your head on the back of the ground. You want to get up onto your hip and being able to, and if you notice, they're landing right back in the fighting stance to be able to defend themselves.
And this would be in the scenario that someone pushes you and tries to attack you.
Push you, hit, get caught off guard, trip and fall. You got to practice a lot because you'll learn how to fall like this, like a lot. I've been in scenarios actually where I've fallen and I've actually done it this way and I got hurt.
Right.
So slapping the ground kind of, I guess, disperses the energy. I'm not sure why that works, but apparently it works, and it works for me. So they get on their hips, get on their footballs, right in the fighting stance, and she's ready to go.
If they weren't on a mat, slapping the ground would still be something you'd want to do? Okay.
Yep. Slapping the mat, you want to kind of disperse the energy, and it kind of teaches you to kind of let your body relax. A lot of times if you're falling, you tense up, that's when you start breaking bones and things like that. So if you're relaxing, you're falling, you're able to get back up, you're not necessarily hurting yourself.
Okay. And so talk us through some of the scenarios that people might find themselves in that you can help them with.
So we cover different types of things. Our main objective is threat assessment, figuring out what the threat is at first and understanding what that is and how to address it. We always say you can't control your environment, you only can control how you react to it. So self-defense is really understanding what's going on, understanding it, and what's the best scenario. It's not about beating your attacker, it's about surviving the encounter.
Yeah, that's so important because sometimes you think like fight or flight, but you don't necessarily need to fight. You just need to defend yourself.
Yeah, most times flight is way more important than actually fighting. You should be fighting less and getting away more.
Okay. And people can come and do a self-defense class with you guys every Sunday morning, but they can also train MMA, and that would be helpful as well. MMA,
kickboxing, just even fitness classes as well. Being in good shape kind of helps, especially with conditioning. If you're in a fight scenario, you do not want to be out of breath. That's the worst place to be. So we do have classes throughout the week. We have afternoon classes and we have night classes, MMA, kickboxing. We also have an extensive youth program as well. Okay, you can go to 0 to 100 Fitness's website. They're here in Milwaukee, and you can sign up for any of those classes, and he can teach you so many tips about self-defense. He's been teaching me them all morning. We'll send it back to you guys for now.